What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and we just got the finale for WandaVision episode 9, and it was amazing. It had some big reveals, it had emotions, and it didn't like have what we expected in it, but I totally appreciate how like the ending and like how the people like put it together. So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down WandaVision episode 9, the finale. But before I move on, guys, I had to issue a spoiler alert. If you're trying to avoid spoilers for the finale, click away now. But if you're still here, let's get started. So, WandaVision episode 9 finale immediately starts off after episode 8 with Agatha strangling the twins by their throats, and then Wanda frees them by using her magic and then attacking Agatha. And then we get a little Wizard of Oz reference with Wanda going up to a house with a car crashed into the house, and then she sees feet under. This is obviously a Wizard of Oz reference, and then she sees a vision flowing down, and as we can see, like, it kind of white vision, and then we assume that this is not the real vision, as Wanda says, "Is this really you?" And then White Vision tries to like crush her skull, and then he lifts her up, and then the real Vision attacks and then throws him into a car, like exploding. And then Wanda says to Vision that she is sorry for anything, like I should have told you everything, but because at the beginning, like, Wanda wasn't totally honest with Vision. She wasn't like so forth like coming forth with Vision, like telling him what's really going on, like outside the hex. And then we get the popular lines by WandaVision, by Wanda saying, "This is our home," and then like Vision saying, "Then let's fight for it." And then right after that, Real Vision and White Vision like go attack, like they go at it. And then we cut to Monica in Agnes's house, and we can see like this is like the upstairs, like at the top of her layer. And then we see fake Pietro, Evan Pietro's Quicksilver, playing a guitar, and noticing that he's not acting like Pietro. And then as Monica tries to leave, Pietro walks out to her and immediately flicks her on the head, and she goes like crashing down on the floor. And then we got this awesome scene, an awesome fight of Real Vision versus White Vision, and then like they're hurting each other, and like White Vision tries to take the Mind Stone out of the Real Vision, and then they all go tumbling down, and then they go crashing to the ground, and then go kicking each other. And then we cut to the sword camp, where Jimmy tries to confront Hayward of what his plan is, and that is his plan because like Hayward's plan was to eliminate Wanda, and Jimmy tries to confront Hayward, and then Jimmy mentions something to Hayward about Quantico, and now Quantico is a town in the state of Virginia, and the home to the FBI Academy. So that means Jimmy is probably gonna call up the FBI to help him with the situation to be here within the hour. And then he tries to convince Hayward, but like Hayward does not believe him, so that they handcuff Jimmy and let him sitting on hay. And then Jimmy immediately releases himself from the handcuffs by using a paperclip, and then he immediately calls Cliff, like which is like we're all referring to Clint, or aka Hawkeye, or just Cliff. And then he asks Cliff to be there within the hour. And then Wanda comes down to Westview, and then like she notices that like the people are being mind controlled. Now if we notice here that Wanda is definitely looking for Agatha, and then like she sees that like the people are at the normal, but out of nowhere Agatha comes in and attacks Wanda. And then Agatha reveals to Wanda of the Darkhold book, and then she also reveals that like there's a chapter devoted to Wanda, and then Agatha reveals Wanda, aka the Scarlet Witch, as a magical force, which she is. Then Agatha also said like she is more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, and this is obviously referring to aka Doctor Strange. And then next we see Dottie walking up to Wanda, and Dottie reveals that her name is Sarah. And now we just like assume that like Dottie was something like maybe like a Mephisto or like some kind of enchantress, but like Dottie is just like a random Westview citizen as Sarah. And then Agnes says chants the Latin spell, and then she puts all the people under her mind control, and then they walk up very closely to Wanda very fast, and she knows that like the people like are being like mind controlled by Agatha, and they realize that they are being mind controlled. And then we see more of Pietro and Monica, and when Monica is going through stuff, like Pietro's identity is revealed as Ralph. And now with like Agnes like teasing about her husband Ralph throughout WandaVision, it turns out that was just like a joke. Even though like not like a Pietro, we all know like is the fake Pietro. He's not the actual Quicksilver from the Fox universe. He kind of looks like Evan Peters' Quicksilver from the Fox universe, but he's actually just like a random citizen in Westview named Ralph Boner. And then after that, Monica immediately tackles Pietro to the ground, and she notices that Pietro's necklace is glowing from Agnes's glowing dark blue power, and then she takes the necklace off of him. And then we see more of a real Vision and white Vision going at it, and then we see Tommy and Billy, and Billy is sensing something is going wrong, and that means like the people are under Agnes's control and are going forward to Wanda, and that like she has no idea what's going on. And then like they go and help her. And then Wanda tries to convince the people of Westview that like they're all safe here, but they're not gonna be, because like with the Wanda creating the reality, the people under her control, that like they see like, non-convincing things, and that like. And then the people of Westview say lies to her, and then like she tries to convince them that they're all safe in here. And then after that, the people say we feel pain, and that your grief is poisoning us. So this clearly means that like with the people under like her control, like they're saying that feel like her pain, and then right after everyone's voices go everywhere at once, Wanda goes into pain, and then she ends up choking the people of Westview. And then Agnes says to Wanda, heroes don't torture people. And then she goes ahead and tries to open up the hex. And then the people are trying to run away from it, and then the sword people notice. And then look at it, like it was time for Sword to make the move to go right into the hex and attack Wanda. And then, right as the hex is opening, the two of the Visions fight and go at it, when we see the Visions start to coming apart just a little bit, and then the Vision starts like hurling down to the ground. And then the next we see as Wanda is also opening the hex, so we see the Vision coming towards her and her twins, Tommy and Billy, coming towards her. And then she sees Vision coming apart and her twins also coming apart as well. And then like Agnes gives Wanda two reasons to save Westview or her family. And then she goes ahead and like closes the hex. And then, as Vision and the twins gather around Wanda, like Agatha tries to use her magic on her, but then Wanda uses like a force field, but then like Agnes ends up taking it away from her. And now that like Agatha now has some of the power of Wanda. And then we get the scene where Agatha and White Vision are just like staying there and flying there. And then we see the sword bands coming towards them. And then we get the most awesome frame shot ever of Wanda and her family in sort of like an Incredibles pose. And then we see Tommy and Billy trying to handle the military. Then Tommy goes at super fast speed to take away the military's guns. And then as Hayward is about to fire at Tommy and Billy, Monica goes to stand in. And then as we can see, as the bullet tries to travel through her, we can see her using her powers as the bullet tries to go right through her. And then when the bullet like to go through Billy too, he uses a force field, and then like the bullet immediately stops from going through him. And then we see Darcy driving in and crashing into Hayward's car, and then she says, "Have fun in prison." And then the real Vision and White Vision end their battle and call it a truce, and then real Vision stores his memories into White Vision, and then White Vision just like storms off. And now so we assume that where is White Vision going to be? So we assume that White Vision is going to be in Multiverse of Madness. And then we see Wanda trying to take Agnes back in a flashback to the Salem witch trials. Although we see all the witches are dead. And then after that, all the dead witches come out to life, but in a creepy way. And then they chant out, instead of Agnes, they chant out Wanda Maximoff. "You are a witch." And then one of the witches say, "You are the Scarlet Witch." And then as they walk up to her trying to attack her, Agnes says, "I told you." And then they try to attack her, and then they hold up Wanda to a tree, and then they hold her up, and then Agnes says, "You can't win, Wanda. Power isn't your problem, it's knowledge." And then we see the Scarlet Witch's true form forming up a little bit, and then Agatha tries to convince Wanda to give her power and the Flaw spell, so that she and her family can live in peace, and that the people of Westview don't have to feel the pain and that they felt when they were mind controlled in this fake reality. And then Wanda feels that she doesn't believe her, and then pushes and attacks all the witches, throwing them to the ground. And then she immediately attacks Agnes. And then the two go out in the sky in a big final battle. And then they go on an all final battle where Wanda tries to give Agnes all of her powers so that she can contain it all. And then with Wanda giving her magic all the way to Agnes, she passes out, she dies, or she dies. And then she comes back alive with Agnes discovering that she doesn't have the power. And then Wanda, she gives back all the power to herself. And then we also see the runes, and Wanda says in a given space only the witch who cast them can use her magic. And then Wanda finally reveals herself as the Scarlet Witch, and then she pulls all the power back to herself. And then Agnes says, you don't know what you've done. And then they float down. And then she tells Agnes that she is gonna lock her up somewhere, but instead she wants to lock Agnes up here in Westview by turning her into a nosy neighbor, and which is. Then Agnes says, "You have no idea what you've unleashed." And then Agnes says, "You'll need me." And then Wanda says, I'll definitely need you, but I know where to find you." And then she immediately turns Agnes into a nosy neighbor. And then Wanda says, "You live here now. No one will ever bother you." And then Wanda and her family head home. And then, as they are walking home, she completely erases the hex, turning the circus back into the sort of vans and everything back to normal, including the Westview sign. And then once Wanda and Vision are tugging Tommy and Billy into their bed, Wanda says family is forever, and then she says good night to them. And this is I think this is the last time that we'll be seeing the twins in WandaVision. And then, as the hex erases even more, Wanda and Vision get the one last goodbyes, and then the emotional love moment together. And then, as it erases, and then the hex erasing it enters their home, and everything completely changes. And then a Vision goes gone, and then we get back to Wanda and her. And then we got back to where it all started, when Wanda first built the reality, the hex. And then once Wanda leaves the home, she goes walking around in Westview with the hood up and just walking into Westview. And then after that, like Wanda notices that people are looking at her in like a creepy way because she had pain, like she getting all pain, and now they're looking at her into what she caused, because like she caused the reality. She caused the reality being made. And then Wanda says, "I don't understand this power, but I will." And see, and this is why in the multiverse of madness, like Doctor Strange is going to teach Wanda how to use her powers properly, so that she doesn't like create alternate realities. And then Wanda flies over Westview, leaving Westview, and as we can see, as she's leaving, she's in her full Scarlet Witch costume, and then she looks at Westview one last time, and then she flies off, and the camera fades into the credits. And then there's two post-credit scenes. In the mid-credit scene number 1, we see Hayward being arrested by the FBI for his plan by attacking into the Hex and trying to eliminate Wanda. And then an agent asks Monica to see someone in the theater. Then she walks in the theater, and if you notice that, like as the agent walks by to Monica, we can see that she turns into a scroll, and I bet like that's Talos's wife, because if we remember in the post-credit scene from Spider-Man Far From Home, it wasn't actually Nick Fury and Maria Hill. It was actually Talos and his wife. And so that like this is all part of a setup for a secret invasion, or maybe a Captain Marvel 2. And then we cut to post-credit scene number 2. And then we see like in the post-credit scene, it is like in the mountains, and then it zooms into Wanda's cabin, and as we can notice that like she's getting her tea ready, and if you notice that like there is the real Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, looking through the Darkhold book, and if you hear the score, that is like from the Doctor Strange score by Michael G. Cheeto, and then we hear like the twins like screaming for help, and then this gives Wanda a chance to start looking for them. That's why Doctor Strange comes in and helps Wanda look for the twins, because remember, like the twins are the shards of the soul of the demon Mephisto. So within this post-credit scene, it definitely sets up Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness, because probably Doctor Strange is gonna teach Wanda how to use her magic, and then they're gonna like go and help find the twins, and that are screaming for Wanda's help. Wow, like based on those post-credit scenes, like those post-credit scenes, like definitely set up some future Marvel projects, including a Secret Invasion and or a Captain Marvel 2, and also the post-credit scene again that like definitely sets up Doctor Strange 2, because like because Wanda is definitely learning from the Darkhold book, like to learn from her powers, and because like Doctor Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme, so we'll definitely learn like continuing Wanda's story in Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness, and and also I see where Monica and the Skull like story of being taken from there as well. So that is it for this review, guys, and thank you to all of you who have been joining me for my WandaVision watch parties, and watch my breakdown videos and my videos on WandaVision. So that is it for this video, guys. I'm definitely going to be hosting more watch parties for the Marvel Disney Plus shows, including The Falcon and Winter Soldier, Lovely Show, and all those MCU shows and movies, and so on and so forth. So that is it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like, and you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter for live updates. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.